At a time when the world is reeling under the adverse effects of global warming, the United Nations Climate Change Panel has now dropped a bombshell in its new report. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has projected the global temperatures to shoot up over the next 20 years. Inevitably, the Earth's temperature is expected to reach or mostly exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius. The 42-page climate report is drafted by 234 scientists from 66 countries. And the combined warning now offers a hotter future. Even if a few countries manage to reach net zero emissions by 2050, the United Nations has named the report, quote-unquote, Code Red for humanity. This is a significant shift from the body's previous stance. Earlier, the UN Climate Panel shied away from blaming industrial activity. The report warned that temperatures will keep rising even after severe carbon emissions are cut. Extreme weather events will continue to take place, from flash floods to wildfires. Countries across the world will have to remain prepared. Studies show that severe heat waves have become common now. From once in every 50 years, heat waves are now happening once in 10 years. The report found that once in a decade, heavy rain events are now 1.3 times more likely to happen. Once in a decade, droughts could happen every 5 or 6 years. The report also warned that Arctic summers could soon be free of ice. The region is warming twice as fast as the global average, and the situation could turn grim by 2050. Sea levels will continue to rise. The trend may last for thousands of years. Sea levels have been rising due to melting of polar ice sheets. Calling for rapid methane cuts, the UN Climate Panel said that the world is running out of time to tackle the climate crisis. Countries are yet to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement, which was adopted in 2015.
It is indisputable that human activities are causing climate change and making extreme weather events more frequent and severe. Second, it shows that climate change is affecting every region on our planet. And lastly, it explains that strong, rapid, sustained reductions in carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emissions would be required to limit global warming.
Reactions have started pouring in. The UN chief Antonio Guterres said that there is irrefutable evidence that greenhouse gas emissions are choking our planet and that billions of people are in danger. The European Union also sounded more optimistic, saying that there was still time to prevent runaway climate change. It added that the world needed to act together and implement carbon net zero policies. Meanwhile, climate activist Greta Thunberg said that the report contained no real surprises and only confirmed what scientists have already been warning us about. She added that the world must take decisions based on scientific evidence to avoid the worst consequences. Greenpeace said that it was time for the governments to act and that the world cannot keep hitting the snooze button on action to stop climate catastrophe.
Scientists can publish these reports, but ultimately the action has to be led by governments. The G20, which is the world's biggest countries, have a commitment now, must have a commitment now, to cut emissions in half by 2030. A lot of these big countries, China, as I said, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Australia, they have not yet put more ambitious plans on the table as they agreed to do at Paris. They must now do this, and they must do this urgently.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.